What's up, everybody? This is Theo from Theo's Pets, and this is Kronos. So, we're going to talk about something a little bit gross today, but maybe kind of cool. And I've got an interesting little experiment we're going to do. So let me go get Mr. Kronos here put away. We will watch the intro, and I will tell you about what's happening. So, oops. Alright, so what we have here is today I went to go look in my incubator to look for babies and check on eggs like I always do. Now this egg here I've been watching for a while now. It's not been looking too hot. It kind of plateaued off for a minute. Didn't get any worse, but really didn't get any better. Over the last few days though, I've noticed it's been getting darker. Today when I looked at it and rotated it, it has completely sunken in on one side. It was sticky. It also did sweat at one point, as you can see. It is completely sunk in. It is crazy colors and just not at all doing hot. So I went ahead and I threw it in the freezer for a minute just to make sure. But see, the thing is, this is the first set of crested gecko eggs I've ever had myself. One seems to be doing good. I candle it, and so I'm not seeing much in there, so I'm wondering if I just have an infertile egg that I've just kept really healthy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bad egg that smells like god-awfulness. I'm going to cut into it. We're going to look and see what's all in there. Maybe learn something cool, maybe at least see something cool. Or see if there's nothing in there at all, and maybe the other egg is unfertile. I kind of see what looks like maybe a donut in there. But it's really hard to tell. The egg seems to be doing really good itself, and so I'm gonna leave him alone and see what happens. I'll actually show you where my incubator's just right here. So this is the other egg from that clutch. Now it is puffing up, doing really good. It still has a good amount of calcium on the outside of it. I mean, this guy's looking really awesome. I had the incubator turned down at first, so we're at about 65 days now, but they've not been up to, they were at 72 degrees until about 2 weeks ago, and then I bumped them up to around 78 degrees. So it's probably going to take him a minute to catch, but he stayed completely healthy. He's swollen and plumping up. We still have good calcium on the outside. The other guy, on the other hand, I held on to him just to make sure, because I wasn't 100% sure on my diagnostics, being I have no experience to go off of. But once it started smelling, I figured that was probably that. Like I said, I did dump it in the freezer. Well, not dump it, I placed it in the freezer just to double check and make sure. So what we're going to do now is we're going to, sorry, I had to make sure the incubator's closed, gently cut into it, see what we can see in there. Maybe see the beginnings of a baby, maybe give us a clue if this other egg is actually fertile or not. That Von der Hagen, that's cool. Tempered razor blades here. Really good razors, by the way. This obviously is not a sponsored ad. I have like 20 subscribers at the time of filming, but really good razors. Wow. Alright, so I don't know if you can see that, but that definitely at some point was the beginning of a gecko. Holy crap, that stinks. Okay, so if I move away some of this white stuff, I definitely here have what looks like maybe a mushed embryonic something that did not really develop. All this liquid in here is hard and congealed. And then there is this, which is this little pink looking thing with these black dots. Now I'm not gonna claim that I know what any of this is, though that does look like the makings of the beginning of an embryo. However, from what I've seen of egg hatchings and whatnot, that liquid when it came out should have been clear, not that. And this baby should definitely have been a lot more developed, going at 65 days probably, than it was here. But once again, once the eggs had changed colors, and that kind of worried me, but I still watched it as long as I could. Look at it there. But it started sweating at one point, which made me nervous. But it didn't really seem to have, it hadn't seemed to have deflated at that point in time. And so I was still watching it, but it started stinking, like I said. It started stinking, I really rolled it over. I was going to candle it to roll it over. But when I rolled it over, one side was completely deflated on the bottom from where I could see it. So, and it stunk to high heavens. So, this is what all popped out of that egg. All that gross white stuff. And as you probably saw in the video, as soon as I breached the side of that egg, it was just like, it was like popping a pimple, just white, gross gooiness. I don't know what any of that was, but from egg hatching videos I've seen before, the inside of that liquid is supposed to be a little more clear. I'm pretty sure that I just scratched my dead crap. A little more clear, and I'm pretty sure that that's not normal. I don't know what I was looking for, but I really don't think that that was it. So, well, this was a gross time with us here at Theo's Pets. I feel a little bit better thinking that maybe I do have a baby in the other egg. Like I said, I've read online what I should be looking for. It's just, without having done this before and having no experience to go off of, you kind of second guess yourself, and at this point whatever's in there seems really faint. So I wasn't sure if it was the light, or the light pretty much clashing in my eyes, clashing rings, or what was happening. But obviously from this egg there was something going on in there. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on this guy here. This poor dude, like I said, I waited as long as I could until it started stinking up the incubator. And then I noticed that it was sunken in, and so we put him in the freezer, and here we are. So, well, this was Theo's Pets, and have a great day. So real quick, while we're talking and looking at eggs, I figured we would also go ahead and look at the other eggs in the incubator. This is from Calypso, the Pangea XXX. She laid, obviously, on 521 there. And this is how her guys are doing. They seem to be doing pretty well. Incubator just kicked off. Alright. Say hi to Hermes. What's up, little Hermes?